And the Grammy goes to Pimp a Butterfly, Kendrick Lamar.
The crown they can't take. Bad Bunny's War for Latin Excellence. Yo, what's good? This is Celeb Clope, and before we dive into the most explosive Grammy story you need to hear right now, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you're gonna want to be here for what's coming. Let's get into it. Sunday night at the Grammys wasn't just another award show. It was a battlefield. And while Kendrick Lamar walked in with the most nominations, while Lady Gaga and Billie Eilish had their moments lined up, while the industry played its usual games of politics and predictability, there was one name that had every single person in that room holding their breath. Bad Bunny. And if you think this is just about music, you haven't been paying attention. This is about power. This is about legacy. This is about a Puerto Rican kid who refused to play by their rules and might just rewrite history because of it. See? Bad Bunny didn't just show up to the Grammys with Debbie Terrar Moss photos under his arm. He showed up with a cultural movement, a linguistic revolution, and a middle finger to anyone who ever said Spanish-language music couldn't sit at the big table. His album is nominated for Album of the Year. Not Latin album. Not some separate category they created to keep us comfortable and compartmentalized. Album of the Year. The biggest prize. And if he wins it, he'll be the first artist to ever take that trophy home with an album performed entirely in Spanish. Let that sink in for a second. In 2025, we're still talking about firsts. That's how long they've kept the gates locked. But here's where it gets real. Bad Bunny isn't just fighting for a Grammy. He's walking into the Super Bowl halftime show 1 week after the ceremony, and it's the first halftime show ever performed entirely in Spanish. History on top of history. Excellence stacked on excellence. And while that should be a celebration, while that should be a moment where America stands up and recognizes the undeniable influence of Latin culture on every corner of this country, instead, it turned into a political war zone. The moment Bad Bunny's Super Bowl announcement dropped, the vultures circled. President Trump, the man who's built his entire political identity on fear-mongering about immigrants, came for him. Right-wing media personalities who wouldn't know reggaeton from a ringtone suddenly had opinions. They called him divisive. They questioned whether he belonged on that stage. They did what they always do when someone who doesn't look like them, doesn't sound like them, refuses to shrink, tried to delegitimize his entire existence. And you know what Bad Bunny did? Kept his head up. Kept moving. Because that's what kings do.